What's up, Golden Frying Pan people? Welcome back to the kitchen. Oh boy. Oh boy. This has been a week. Today especially was quite the day, but I'm not gonna get into that. I think this game ends up warming up a couple minutes in. I really fumbled to start. I don't know what I was thinking at the beginning, but I don't think I was thinking. But what I want to talk about today is a core concept of discipline and something I really struggle with. It's patience, right? That old adage of I don't know an old adage for patience. Just wait, okay? Chill out, calm down, buddy. That's kind of what patience feels like, right? Especially in nowadays, right, when everything is instructing you to be patient or wait or hold on or something like that. And I think generally as a species, we don't really want to. We like to see progress. We like that right here, right now. We like to see that, and that's entirely valid. Like we can't discredit that, because without seeing progress, without feeling progress, without progress, how do you know that you're progressing, right? Without that, how can you really tell, right? And so we like to have that, but we want to have it right here, right now, because obviously we want to know that we're progressing. We want to know that we're doing good. We want to see that. We want that to be our reality, even if it takes forever, right? I could use the example of lifting weights, right? It's a famous example because it's probably the most universally understood. It should be easy to lose weight and gain muscle and stuff like that, and it simply isn't, right? But whenever you're waiting, whenever you want something and you're just looking at it the entire time, it takes forever. Like that metal pack felt like it took forever whenever I was playing the game. But now it's like a couple seconds, right? But because I really wanted it right there, right then. I needed it right then, as soon as possible. It felt like it took forever. It didn't feel accurate to what it was. And I don't necessarily have an answer to that, things just tend to take a while, and it tends to be pretty annoying whenever they do, right? But sometimes whenever you wait, it feels all the sweeter. However, something that I do want to touch on, which I don't feel people really give enough attention, is the problem with using patience as a sense of procrastination, right? Where, oh, it's okay because I'm not procrastinating. I'm not pushing it off. I'm just being patient. There is a core, a fundamental difference between patience and procrastination. Procrastination comes from putting something off and believing too heavily in your time. When patience, well, patience is just sitting and waiting, right? And it's not necessarily wasting time either, right? That's a big thing with patience, isn't it? It feels like you're wasting time, because why can't I have it now? I'm working for it now. I expect it now. So why is it kept from me? Why do I not get to have it? Whenever it doesn't tend to be as simple or as black and white as having it or not having it, or just waiting or going. Patience, in a sense, is storing potential energy, right? It's keeping yourself on your toes, keeping yourself refined and sharp, but making sure that the world, it's waiting for you and the world to match up, right? You can be doing a whole lot of work, but let's say that, things outside are not quite ready for that work to show up or to pay off, right? you know, you hear all these stories about like artists that are not appreciated in their time, and it's kind of tragic in a sense, but also it's natural. We don't want that of us, but I don't know. Is there no solace in the idea that with patience, with time, you'll become like a fine wine. You know, maybe you'll be like a whiskey. I don't know. Maybe you're I don't know what flavor of alcoholic you prefer, but still, the point stands of that. It's not necessarily just because you don't have it right now. Like, you have to think, you have so many more. You can think in the back, and you have so many defined days, but all of those defined days at a time were 2 day, right? So just because you don't get it 2 day doesn't mean you won't get it a day. I guess my problem is understanding if that day will ever come, or if I'm just trying to convince myself in a scenario when it does, because that's another thing, you know. People that just hold on to this idea, this like, oh, I'm just waiting for the right time to strike, you know. I'm going at my own pace, right? And there's validity to that. As I said earlier, waiting for the world to catch up to your skill, or your skill to catch up to the world sometimes, you know. But I think efficient patience is something that is refined and worked on, right? It's an understanding of the world around you, right? Not everything will be accustomed to you at every segment of the day, and that's okay, you know? That's fine. Honestly, it, you know, it's been so I live in Cleveland, Ohio, right? And we have something called Cedar Point. Cedar Point is the best roller coaster park in the world. It's the best thrill park in the world. Has the best roller coasters, hands down. But something I've been there quite a bit, right? I've been there a good many times. And something that I've noticed, I've been there with the Fast Pass, and I've been there without the Fast Pass, right? Mostly without the Fast Pass. And, you know, it very well may just be me and like my prior experiences and stuff like that. But I generally tend to think that the rides where I wait that long, where I wait that time, are much more enjoyable, and they're much more thorough, or not thorough, but I just there's a better feeling to them, right? There's a better feeling of purpose, and it feels like a proper payoff. Whenever I just go with a fast pass and I could just go on the ride over and over and over again, it loses its charm. It does. I think it does. You know, some people are like, oh no, it could never lose its charm. But like once you get to the end, you tend to realize that the things that you were patient for, that patience tends to be some of the most fun that you'd ever have, right? Like, I can imagine myself as having won this match, right? That's what I could have truly believed, which is not what I believe, because we got steamrolled the match beforehand, but that's not the point. But those moments of putting up the sentry, of you know, putting up the dispenser, keeping things, basically setting up as engineer, it makes engineer all the more enjoyable, right? And I know that I'm probably not universal in that, but I think so. But I hope you guys have a good week. I hope it was better than mine.